I don't know why that happens. I really don't. But it does. Whenever I bring up my OBS, it mutes my mic. So you should hear me now, right? You got me? You got me? You got me? Let me stick you guys over there. All right, good. All right. Okay, good. All right, so I got my boat out today and got it all set up. It's in the back of my truck. So getting excited. Getting 80-degree weather this week. I might, hit a defrosted lake tomorrow. So, but boy, I kind of left things in a mess last year. You ever finish a season of fishing and then you just find out that you just left it a mess when you go to it the next week or next season? Trying to get this stupid chat window here. All right. So I took this is my ice fishing stuff here. Let's see, try to get you guys to at least look down at it. Wow, it's a mess, huh? I don't think I'll be using my 1/80th of an ounce jigs. So we can put those up on the wall. Hi. Tough to cast with those. So, but there's a lot of my ice fishing stuff, and then some other stuff. You can see my Neds. These are really good Neds, by the way. And even though BFO doesn't make these baits anymore, they work. Look at this. I've never seen a wacky worm this small. Have you ever seen a wacky worm that small? Stick it on the hook, and they work really well. At least through the ice they did. Oh my God, they work really well. So I always have my mule fishing. Check out my latest video on mule fishing, and you'll see he's now got craws. I know, it's so cool. It's got craws now. So I always have these. So let me see. I got my craws in here. This is my little bag of plastics. Bag-o-plastics. I know. So look at these. These things are, and I have a video on them. But look at that. Tiny little craws. Fantastic. They're going to work so good. Really going to work great. So let's put those in there. So, love mule fishing. Love them. I did interview Ethan, the owner and the creator of Mule Fishing, on my channel somewhere. You can find it. It's really good. It was really nice of him to come on my channel. Such a little channel. So, and then I've got trout tickler stuff. These are really good. These are made up in Portland by Brandon, and he's a great guy. Hand makes these. It's got some these little ball head ones, like mice tails. And these work, these are really cool. These are almost clear, but they sparkle like crazy. I mean, just a nice little split tail on them. Good action. So, oh my gosh. It's kind of intimidating. Tackle box. Trash. More trash. Got a lot of trash from last year. This? Oh. Actually, this isn't too bad. There's a box in here that's just terrible. Oh my God. Just throw everything away in it. So, top water. I thought I had a top water. Oh yeah, I do. So I got this, I don't know why I just threw this in there, but this is one of my favorite top water lures. It's a walking bait. Boy, I'm going to have to repaint this thing because it is just beaten up. Took me forever to find a blank of this. So, but The Sixth Sense, one of my favorites. There we go. My topwater box. Not really topwater season yet. July. This is the box for July. 80-degree water out there. Bam. Talking good stuff. So we got some more stuff here. I think this is my last box from Dark Horse Tackle. They kind of changed their philosophy. They went from American made to American companies. So it used to say made in the USA on here, but they went away from that. I have a box up there. I probably took it down, huh? But yeah, it used to say made in the USA on all their baits, but they went away from it. And that sort of was the cool thing about it, was having American-made, hand-poured baits and handmade baits. So they went away from it. So I went away from them. C'est la vie. Look at this thing. A little buzz bait. That thing's got, look at those frog legs on it, man. And they're paddled too, so it's just amazing. And here's Martin's. They make theirs in the United States still. Nice little blade bait. Real pretty. I like them. I've never caught anything on a buzz bait. Maybe this year. I just go to all my favorite baits, So I just keep going to my favorite baits. Because they work. This is what I call my cotton candy bait. I painted this one. And I put a tail spinner on it. So, real pretty colors. Got blue and orange and black specks on it. And real pretty. And with that extra flash, this thing is kind of a fun one. It's a lipless. So, fun. It's just fun. So, alright, so I have all my boxes labeled. So there's my lipless box. So we put that in my lipless box. Yeah, it's a nice one fishing. Yeah. It's small works, especially when the bite's hard to get. See, these are really neat too. Painted these two. These have a really neat paddle tail to it. So there's an orange one, sort of a crappie pattern. And this one also, this is sort of a greenish gold. Hard to see with a green screen, but really neat. And I paint a lot of baits. All these baits I painted practically. It is wild. When I look down in here, it's like, wow, I sure do paint a lot. So, put that in there. God, I got a lot of plastics. I don't do well with plastics either. I really don't. Big plastics we just don't do well. Little plastics, because ice fishing and crappie and stuff like that. There's one lake I want to go to. It's a bluegill lake. I haven't caught a bluegill since I was a kid. So up here in Oregon, they don't have a lot of bluegill. There is one lake that has bluegill, and I wouldn't mind fishing for some bluegill. So, all right. Oh, this tackle box is just besides itself. So I am going to. Oh my God, guys! Man, this tackle box is just crazy. It's huge, though. It's just massive. Do I have my other one? I don't know. I can't remember. This is just nuts. Look at all these. It's totally disorganized. You know, the box is organized. It's the plastics. It's just the plastics that are just disorganized for the most part. This JawTech tournament tested. Ooh. You know, I always love it when they have like stuff on it. It's like, oh, guaranteed get 18 times longer bite hold on it. That's power bait. See, these are made in America. Oh, these are really good. These are salted and scented, and they're giant tubes. I've got some really nice smallmouth with those. Those actually are very good. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. Chigger Cross, gotta have Chigger Cross. Oh, here. More mule fishing. I'm gonna put all my mule fishing in someplace else. Because mule fishing is my go-to. It's falling. Zip it up first. Zip. There. That's why I don't have to worry about it. You know, they won't fall out. This is just a heavy bag. I love mule fishing. Just love mule fishing. His baits last a long time too. Ethan's got a, I don't know, he'll probably get a kick out of all the baits I've got of his. So, alright, so there's my bag of plastics. See, bubble gum works really, really good. That color, that works really good. It's called bubble gum. Like bubble gum. Bubble gum. Oh my goodness. I should put all the trout tickler in one bag too. I like his stuff too. Really good trout stuff, but you know, I am a bass fisherman stuck in trout land. A lot of trout in this area. But trout are stupid, man. They'll get anything. It's my Neds. These are good Neds. Flukes. You ever lip a fluke? Just put the hook on the lip and just let it trail behind the hook. Works really, really well. Alright, so these are frogs. Those will have to, I like keeping these in these bags, or these packages here. So we're going to just put that in the zipper pouch. Really good crappie stuff here. Really good crappie. Oh. Left another one. So our boat is in my truck. I'm gonna check my rods, get them all ready for the fishing season. So now I've got an array here of jar stuff. So this also is trout tickler. These are scented and they're plastic or whatever balls for trout fishing. These are purple, really nice. And then I actually do pretty good with these gulp maggots. You know, they're green, so you can't really see. But these maggots, they're not real maggots, but they stink. And then this also is trout tickler. Now trout tickler makes these really tiny. I mean, this reminds you of mule fishing. That's how small that is. It's just a little fly. This is awesome for topwater trout fishing with a slide bobber. Just toss it out there with the slide bobber and walk it on top of the water and let that trout. We have big trout. Our trout are like 10 pounders here. So, and then of course power baits. So, this one is garlic scented, I think. Oh, no, this worm scented. So that's orange. And you got the green. My favorite, Tequila Sunrise, black and purple. And this does pretty decent. It's called Gold Vein. It's white with gold in it. So really nice. And then some fake worms. So fake worms. So you got to have all those in there. Got to have all those. Because, you know, they're jars. You got to have jars. So, all right. So I got some Neds here. So we can put that in the pouch. All right. Maybe we'll go to Topsy. Topsy this time of year should be pretty good. Maybe I'll go to Topsy tomorrow. Topsy's a dammed area on the Klamath River, so it's a reservoir. It's going to disappear. They're going to remove that dam. So open up the river. We're removing 4 dams. So, and this is another Ned head, 3/16. Not bad. That's got to go in my tackle. Where's my terminal tackle box? Terminal tackle box. Oh, that's a Ned here, so I'm sticking in the Neds. Where's my terminal tackle box? Is that my yucky box that I got? Oh. No, that's my miscellaneous box. I think it's my yucky box. Yeah. Yeah, this one's yucky. This is a yucky box. I'm just going to have to empty this and just scrub it out. You ever do that? You just got to scrub them out every once in a while. So we're going to put these Neds rigs in here in my Ned rig box. So you can see my Neds. This is my Ned rig. Can you tell I like Neds? You know what? If all else fails, you throw a Ned. You just let it sit on the bottom and walk it a little bit. This is kind of a neat Ned head, Ned rig, because it's got a screw lock on it. You don't usually get a screw lock on these, so really nice. But yeah, this is just pre-made Neds and lots of Neds. Neds. Any other Neds here? Nope, no more Neds there. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of them. You know, really big. Look at that baby. The thing just sits on the bottom like that. Bam. Yep. And it just goes up there. I mean, you know what I mean? This doesn't even have to be. I could put a big old giant 10-inch worm on that and just let it hit the bottom like that. It's awesome. So, and I've got miscellaneous Neds in here. Should put some more, but yeah, that's a great hook for a long worm. Really long worm. What have I got down here? Oh yeah. Let's open that baby up. So, you know, something like that. on that. Stick these in here. I like those. Those are really good. Bandito bugs. Those are good. I don't know, it's just got all sorts. Oh yeah, got all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, those are great. Some more Neds. This is a dojo worm. Scented with anise. Look at that. Does that look like a fantastic worm or what? That is a great worm. Oh, what did I do? Did I hit once? I must have put something on the keyboard. I punched a lot of ones. There you go. But yeah, that's a beautiful worm. It's what we call a finesse worm. You can see that sort of tapered, and then it's got sort of a bulbous end to it. Stick that on there. Like that. And that goes down to the bottom, and this just sort of wiggles its little tail. Bam. Now, during pre-spawn and spawn, great way to catch a fish, a big bass, is just go slow and sit it right in front of them. Sit it right in front of them. All right. I think that's what I got in here. Looking for some more Neds. I know I got a bunch of Neds in the bag. This is just in my tackle box. So. This is my miscellaneous. Usually when I'm fishing, I'll go ahead and have this miscellaneous box. And anything, while I'm, instead of putting in the right spot, I just throw it in here and then resort it later. I haven't done that. Some really good baits in there, though. Look, there's a good topwater. Look at this popper. This popper is really, really cool. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's my bleeder. It's fun painting this one. Come on. Oh, it's green, isn't it? Dark green, though. Here. I don't know if you can't really see it, can you? But yeah, I put blood on the mouth and stuff, and really, I mean, it's good looking. Dark green, it's a bass, sort of like a bleeding bass. And it looks really good. Really good looking bait. A lot of sparkle to it. It's a fantastic bait. It's a good bait. There's some really good ones in here. That's why these are my favorite baits in this box. These are the ones I use over and over and over again. There's Neds in here. There's spinners. There's a lot, topwater and square bills in here. Yeah, I really gotta clean this one out, because there's a lot of stuff in here that I gotta put in the right boxes. Yeah, this one's worked really good. This little whopper plopper. See how it's sort of it's not round. And it really keeps its line really well. So, God, I got good baits in here. This is my favorite bait box. Yeah, I gotta clean this out. I gotta clean this out. You gotta have, what do you call it? Chatterbaits. Chatterbaits work really, really well. This one's sort of stuck. There it is. It's a really good chatterbait. Chatterbait brand. So, look at all this. You go back out fishing after, a year or 6 months or whatever. It's been a long time. It's been, gosh. When was the last time we went out on the water on a boat? My boat. It's been a long time. Been a very long time. Has to be since September, October. Has to be October, early October. So, on my boat. Neds will work really, really well this time of year. They work real well. And finesse baits work really, really well. This is my finesse box. So, all right, we gotta look at my favorite box here. Clean it up. I gotta clean up my actual terminal tackle box. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is my favorite tackle box. This is where my most used baits are in here. So, Chigger Craw by Power Bait is a craw that just works really, really well. Stick it on, a chatterbait like that, and you've got yourself a home run. So I told you that bubble gum works really good, but that's not on nothing. I got tons of bubble gum someplace else. So, and these are made by 6 Sense. This one, it's called a Swank. Notice that bill. This thing is so loud, and it's just a crazy bait. Works very, very well. Square bills are one of my favorites, as you guys probably know. And I always like putting a little bit of red on them right there. So this one's it's color shifter. This is a color shifting green, blue, yellow. Really pretty. Chigger Craw. Look at that. Little Ned. It's a little Ned. Stick it down there. It just sort of wiggles. It just wiggles. There's a hula popper. Not necessarily for this time of year though. But hula poppers work very, very well. And because you got this skirt on the back, and then it just makes good noise. We're not going to use top water this time of year, so any of my top water in here has got to go in my top water box. So here's another top water. This is a tiny. Look at all this. Ay. You got all this string. See? This one right here is a tiny little, whopper plopper. Tiny little guy. And it's got little holes in the tail. Really makes a lot of commotion up on the surface. So what other top waters we got in here? Oh yeah, my favorite. There's another one. That's the one I was trying to show you. Yeah, you can see it better down here. Really nice. I painted this one. It's got that red bleeding through the mouth. It's a flow through here. And it looks like, turned out the pattern looks really good for a bass, a largemouth bass. So we'll stick him in there. And, skirted jigs like this are going to work very well this time of year. Our water's really cold. The chatterbaits will work good. This one is one of my guarantees. This thing is a swim bait, but this one will be in late June, early July. or this one will work really well. But it's a square bill swim bait. So we're going to have to find my square bills. Yep, here. I'm going to stick him in here. He's a little bit too big for this time of year. He's not going to stay well. Gotta fit him. That tail can't get smooshed. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll take that one out. There's just so many good ones. It's a good one. All right, so this is a medium diver, but what I did on this one, you see, I put a spinner on it. So this one, this thing looks like a swim bait. Works really well. I love my round bills, and this one I put a spinner on the back, and so it really has an elongated, very smooth, swim to it. Really very, very good, and got that flash on the tail, which is really nice. Oh, I don't need top water. This is a whopper plopper. I know, I can. Such a mess. Nothing mess. Put this whopper plopper down here. Look at all this. Why do I have split weights in here? I hate split weights. I really do. Split weights are terrible because they weigh down the line, which impedes the feel of the bite. Really light bites especially. So this is just a nice little trout spinner. It works really well for trout. Also bass. A little Texas rig weighted hook. I love weighted hooks. So another weighted hook with this crazy looking, it's green, so you can't see it. Huh. Look what I kind of wacky rigged that, didn't I? I did. Wonder why I did that. Must have been working that day. You never know. I mean, when you're out fishing, taking the boat out for the first time in ages. This one's bent and broken. But I might want to I'll keep that spinner. Take that spinner off. Another. Dried on power bait. I love that. So this one actually is coming off. The design doesn't matter. Still flashes. Still flashes. Look at all this. Oh my goodness. What did I do there? I couldn't have caught anything on that. That's just a lousy setup. Sometimes you look at an old setup, you think of what in the world was I thinking? Dude, you can just got to see I love chigger craws. It's like a chigger craw on every one of those. Here's a hellgrammite. That'll make a really good Ned. So that's a good hellgrammite. All right, this is a topwater. This is one of my most successful topwaters. It's a wake bait, but sort of a brown bass or a brown trout look. Okay, I always like Always like lipless. Lipless always does good. The nice thing about lips is you can fish them so many different ways. So many. Here's this one's a trout. A rainbow trout with a tail spinner. This will catch a German brown. This is a great German brown bait. Really good German brown bait. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Alright, let me just get some of these. Yeah, we don't need to keep that. Toss that. We'll have to separate these. This is what do they call, circuit board, square bill. This was pan painted by somebody. I forgot who it was. Nice white though. Really is a good white. You want that high visibility flash. So we're going to take this out, this out. Sometimes I bite the ends off on worms just to shorten them up. Make them work. Get more of a better hook set on things. Alright, so we're going to do some, put these back in here. Jigs. And we'll put these I don't know why I got split shots. I hate split shots. Just defeats the whole point of fishing sometimes. You know, as a kid, you use split shots all the time. Because, you understand it. You understand the way it works. But as you get older, you find out they're not very good. You miss a lot of fish with a split shot. I love underspins. This is a nice underspin here with sort of a rainbow trout end on it. So I'm going to put him this way. And him there. And put him there. These are some of my favorites. He's a biggie. Yeah, you'll fit there. You can sit with him. Lipless. Another round. There's another round bill, but love round bills. They dive good too. All right, we're gonna chatterbaits. Chatterbaits and jig. Put you guys there. Put you there. And Ned's there. Another Ned there. Another Ned. And another Ned. Hellgrammite. We'll stick you there. Big guy. You can go there. Ned and Ned. And voila. And that is my favorite box. Sort of done. Very cool. Oh, it's all the stuff. I mean, there's a bunch. This is a big tackle box. So this is ultralight. So I have an ultralight box. My top waters. I guess. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? You guys know? Because I don't. No idea when enough is enough. Alright, so little 2-inch spiders. What do I got in here? See, these are my little hard baits for finesse, for my ultralight rods. And this little guy right here, I have several of them in here. There's another one attached to it. I've never painted a more successful bait than that. I've never painted. This is my most successful bait I've ever painted. Come on, focus. There it goes. I've never painted something more successful than this. When this starts to hit, 8 or 9 times out of 10 you cast it, you'll have a fish on it. And I have 1, 2, 3 of them in here. 4 of them. So, I mean, because you're going to lose them. And I like it. It's such a successful bait that you just got to have it. Because if you don't, you're just going to miss it. You're just going to miss it. We got a lipless there. So let's get my lipless square bills. Let's see this lipless box. My lipless box. Whew. Here's one I'll probably give to somebody when I'm out there. It's in a bag, one of my packages. So, but look at all these. And that's a whole lot of lipless. So, lipless is, like I said, lots of different ways you can fish a lipless. Slow, fast, off bottom, mid range, mid, near the top. I mean, you could do so much with a lipless that, love them. They will catch fish. Deep water stuff. Oh, that's my favorite box. Let's stick that in there. Alright. Oh, this thing. This is nasty. This one's nasty. This one I just dump it out and just clean it. This one is just a nasty box. Nasty, nasty, nasty box. Yuck. Just jigs. Jigs, 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 jigs. It's not my terminal tackle box. Where is my terminal tackle box? Where's my TT box? It should say TT on it. There's another box that you gotta go through. Where's my TT box? Huh. It's somewhere. I'll find it. I'm pretty sure I'll find it. Right? Yeah. It's here somewhere. Something about fishing. Oh, my ice jigs are in here. A lot of crappie jigs in here. Tubes. This is my crappie box, I think. Yeah, that's my crappie. Yeah, it says crappie on it. This is my crappie box. That's right, Chucky. I don't know where it is. Not behind there. Rods are behind there. Green screen. All right. Oh my goodness, guys, this is crazy, huh? Yeah, we can put this in my crock. I'll just clean this crock. I'm gonna just empty it and just sort it all out. Oh my gosh. And let's get those over there. Got a whole wall of stuff too. I got some stuff that needs to be coated. I know. This top water. But this is, yeah, this top water. Oh, that's crappy. Anything else up here? Crappie-esque? No, that's trash. Oh, I wanted to keep that spinner. I can take that spinner off. Sometimes, you got something as bad as that. It's all sort of bent and twisted. But you want the spinner. That's a barrel, a really good barrel spinner on it. And that works really, really well. Add that to any other of your jigs, and you add a lot of flash to it. Really a very good thing to do. So, all right. So I would have shown you me doing my boat today, but that was, my garage is a mess. I don't want you to see my garage. Look at that. I have yet to catch anything with that thing. It looks great. It really does. It looks great. I think you should be able to catch something. Oh, we'll see. Spinners do really well. This is a really good brand too, Martin. Again, these are American made, so I do like the Martin's brands. So, handmade, really nice. This is a good looking one. So, used to be probably still is a staple in the Dark Horse tackle boxes, but. See what else I got up there. I got a bunch of stuff. When you ever go out there, you take too much. You just do. You just take too much. But you always have it. Although if you tip over your kayak, which I don't use anymore, you lose everything. So there is that risk. So. All right. Here's my crappie stuff. We'll stick crappie in there. Yeah, I should have a drop shot box too, but I don't. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Let's put this one on here. Wow. I own a lot of stuff. I'm going to put my jars in there. Jars always help when you go crappie fishing. I like crappie fishing. So, anyway, I probably don't have anybody on right now. Oh, well. It's okay. Oh, well. Live chat. Well, I guess. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. And, gosh, we'll get on the water soon. We really will. We'll get on the water soon. And we'll get the boat out there, and you guys will, have a good time. So, we'll see you then. Where's my Maddie and Tay video? Should play.